The Nine Great Fathers Fusion Parable, Part 2 of 3. So, I just did some validation on who Anodea Judith actually is. I just validated who it was, and I watched one of her presentations on what she thinks and or feels about the chakras and the information thereof. And I find out she knows nothing at all. Or she most likely knows things, but doesn't exactly know the full truth. Or she knows of the full truth, of course, but she's just probably most likely being paid to hide it. What do I mean in regards to how Anodea Judith is wrong about the chakras? She believes they can be imbalanced. The chakras can't be imbalanced. Actually, no form of spiritual power can be imbalanced at all. That's a lie. Here's the reality. The only thing that can be imbalanced is the individual and or the house of the spirit. The spirit itself, Anodea Judith, if you ever can hear this message, am I angry at you? I'm not angry at anyone anymore. I'm just going to say stuff out loud that's going to see to it that you all become better. Anodea Judith, if you ever get this message, hear these words. The chakras cannot be imbalanced. The chakras cannot be imbalanced. All of the qualities and or aspects of each and every chakra share one and the same quality. All of the chakras thereof, the 7 major chakras, as well as the 2 outside. Let's just stick with those for right now, the 9 in total. All 9 of those specific chakras right there. All of their qualities from each one, they all share and or hold the same qualities within one another, because they are all one within the spirit. They are all fused together as one. All of the chakras thereof, all of their powers, meaning, yeah, sure, you can measure them and see how each of them look individually, but they all still work as one whole quality. One whole quality. All of the chakras do. Meaning all of our spiritual powers work as one whole quality, meaning all of the qualities of each and every chakra are one and the same being, are one and the same thing. What am I getting at? One of the heart chakra's qualities said it is simply unhurt, untouched, and unbeaten. The heart chakra's quality, unhurt, untouched, and unbeaten. So that means all of the chakra's qualities, spiritually, in a spiritual power speaking note, or from a spiritual power perspective, all of their qualities will be unhurt, unstruck, and unbeaten, meaning they were never touched, meaning they were never polluted, meaning they were never poisoned, ever. What are the chakras truly? The chakras are our principle and principle, meaning the chakras are our leader and our foundation, meaning the chakras are our empire and our infrastructure in one. Just by you having and or gaining awareness of what the chakras truly are can bring you to a grounds where you can stand on for your balance. Just bringing you some awareness of what the chakras are can bring you to a field of balance. You don't necessarily need to imbalance the chakras. You just need to become more aware of how each and every one of them work. And then once you become more aware of how each and every one of them work, you'll find out that all of the qualities of each and every one of them are all the same qualities of each and every one of them. For example, or another example, should I say, the solar plexus chakra, its mental faculty aspect or mental faculty quality. What is a quality? A quality is the standard of something as measured against other things of a similar kind. The standard of something. Standard is something. What is a standard? A standard is degree of level, is a level of quality or attainment. A level of attainment. Just keep it there for a moment. Now think about that for a second, if you would. Level of quality or attainment, meaning what something does. Meaning what something does, or what something has done, has achieved, has accomplished. This thing has done this thing, or this thing does this thing. You follow what I'm saying? That's a simplistic way you can look at a standard. A simplistic way you can look at a standard, a level of quality or attainment. Something achieved, something done, something that is in work already, or something that is doing something already. You follow what I'm saying? And the specific standard that I speak of has been doing something for, according to the stories that I've read from the Nation of Islam, 72 trillion years already now for us. The standard that I speak of, this level of quality or attainment, or this foundation that has already been achieved and or set up for us, or this empire that has already been achieved and or set up for us, it's been established for us now for 72 trillion years. And it has always been balanced, always been balanced, always been upright and steady, always been good for us, always has been. Never anything changing, never anything different, could not be touched, hurt, or struck, or beaten at all. The light is omnipresent. The form is not. And or the form is a constituent. So that means it's not omnipresent, but is omnipresent simultaneously. The form is a constituent of the omnipresent light. The form, meaning our physical bodies, are a constituent of the omnipresent light. We can be misled and we can be pushed down the wrong direction, but the light cannot. The light can only be what it is, our spiritual powers thereof. The light can only be what it is, and or the chakras can only be what they are, our spiritual powers thereof. I just wanted to get that point across to Anodea Judith. The chakras cannot be imbalanced. Only our entrenchment and or the influence over us can be. Meaning, if the chakras don't have full influence over us, and or the powers of God literally don't have the full influence over us, what will and or what does? The opposite of God, the imbalancing deity, the devil. And or those who work for the devil and who help the devil spread its entrenchment worldwide. What's another issue with your theories on how the chakras can be imbalanced? Now, I get it. All of that information is out here telling you avoid what a chakra can be like imbalanced, right? They all have details about how each chakra can be imbalanced. Here's more of why that is wrong. Here's more of why all of that information is wrong. Here, let me just put it like that to you. Because you are telling me God can be corrupted. That's what the chakras are. Chakras are spiritual powers. The spirit is God, right? So you're telling me that the spirit of God can be corrupted. When you say the chakras can be imbalanced, you're saying that the spirit of God, the true spirit of God, can be corrupted. That's what you're saying. That's how wrong this information is that we've all been fed our entire lives. You said you've been working with the chakras for 40 years and that information that I saw in your video. Well, you've been reading 40 years of lies, just like I have. 34, but still 34 years of lies. Everybody has been reading lies their entire lives. Everyone has. This is why you've been so eager to just go off of this information versus what is logically sound and what makes clear sense. The chakras cannot be imbalanced. The chakras cannot be corrupted. The chakras can only be the chakras. The chakras can only be the chakras. What is a chakra? Literally, in Indian thought, each of the centers of spiritual power in the human body, usually considered to be 7 in number. Usually considered to be 7, because remember, there's a 5 chakra system hierarchy. There's a 12 chakra system hierarchy. I said 14, I meant to say 12 last time. There's a 144 system hierarchy. 114. That's what I said last time. I said 144 chakra system last time. I meant to say 114 chakra system, with all the hierarchies thereof. And the one that labels and describe how it's broken down into 7 dimensions, each containing 15 or 16 aspects, because the one chakra itself is out of all 16, so that makes it 15 plus the one chakra, and that'll give you your 114 chakra system. Then you also have the regular old major 7 chakra system. But now you have the one I'm introducing to the world. If you would take it, please take it, because now I'm getting ready to jump back into my fusion parable. Take this parable. The 9 chakra system hierarchy. The 9 chakra system celestial hierarchy. Take this one. This is the one you're missing right here. This is a major chakra hierarchy system you are missing. Now, another quote from Enneldea Judith. Now, due to the information that I found out about this woman, she's a recessive woman as well. She's a recessive woman. Due to her confusion that she holds right now, I won't be using too many quotes from her. She needs to learn more and do better, or she needs to learn more knowledge in regards to how the chakras actually work. Because just bringing you the knowledge of who and or what God actually truly is not only proves His innocence unto you, but gives you a different foundational ground to stand on, one that is always balanced and cannot be corrupted at all. The real chakra information, it cannot be corrupted or imbalanced at all. None of the chakras can be imbalanced. All of the information that we have on chakras being imbalanced is wrong. God cannot be corrupted. Only the people can, who God wears. Moving forward. So, Enneldea Judith has 2 forms to label and describe the chakra hierarchy display. She has one called the current of manifestation and the current of liberation. I have what I like to call a 9 great fathers parable. A 9 great fathers parable. Now I'm getting ready to fuse the 9 great fathers energies within the spirit soul into one, so we can just have one entity to focus on that's going to help us get out of this situation, and also force the enemy to focus on one, or to have just one, meaning all of the things that are clouding our eyes from seeing who the true enemy is here will be lifted from this parable here once I finish it and get ready to apply it more aggressively. Let's get started. I'm just going to list them off. The first rank, the life of this rank. If you've watched any of the other videos, you'll know what I mean when I'm getting ready to say. The life of this rank will be called the Soul Star Chakra. The form of this rank, a cinema character named Black Lightning. The sin of this rank, fear. And what's the reconnection scenario? Be fearless. More details. Black Lightning. In his show, he was a defender and or protector of a city known as Freeland in that Black Lightning show. It's a good show. Do I see the Most High God as Black Lightning? I see you all as Most High God. I see you all as Jesus, and I see you all as God. Or to be more specific, I see you all as pieces of God, constituents thereof. So it don't matter which character and or mental and moral qualities of an individual that I use to label and describe these stories, I'm still talking about the same person, or the same entity, or the same spiritual being, the true Most High God. Us, we, you. Moving forward. The reconnection scenario. What is a reconnection scenario? A reconnection scenario are a group of words that I just piece together that'll give us our ability and or how to in regards to reconnecting with the true principle of the universe, principle heart of hearts. All of principle heart of hearts principles are virtuous. All of principle heart of hearts principles are virtuous. You'll get what I mean in a moment. Second slot. Be defenders of Freeland. Free land, the heart. For the ignorance of the heart is the fear of the Most High God. Second slot. Life, crown. Form or character. Yahweh. Form, Yahweh, or character, Yahweh. Sin, jealousy, reconnection scenario, removing removing the sin of jealousy by any moral means necessary, dethroning and or removing the cherubim from the crown space, so we can just leave the crown there instead. In other words, decolonize your minds, decolonize your world logos, decolonize the jealousy in which is essentially the source of all evil in the world today and all throughout history. Think about it for a moment. Before these so-called recessives were weaponized to separate our people, we were all one tribe globally. Do your research on the history. The stories in regarding this Yakub brother I've been mentioning, before his anger was consumed him, before he created the white race, we were all one. But then you fast forward to the stories in Revelation, we were all back to 12 tribes. And it was 12,000 people within each tribe, in which this Yahweh plucked from each one, gathered them together, the 144,000. And she murdered all of the rest of the people, third of the planet. Moving forward. Ultimately, what am I getting at is this. Because we were one, the source of evil was jealous of this. So what did it do? Divide and separate us over time. Put little snippets of something here for an outcome that may happen 5, 10, 20, 15, or 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 years from now. You can just say a sentence right here. Speak something soft or rough or overwhelming. It makes no difference. Speak something in. And the outcome of what you spoke can happen in either a second from now, minutes, if you follow what I'm saying. We're all in the same time here. We're not all on necessarily different times here. Yeah, different time zones. Yeah, I get that. Central time, Eastern time, Pacific time, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I get all of that. But simultaneously, we're all actually on the same time because we're all on the same planet and in the same reality. This reality, how many times does it have? How many times does this one reality have in it? Does the reality have 10,000 times like the religions have 10,000 religions? Outcomes. The devil, its servants, their words, their actions, their behavioral traits, their subliminal disrespects, they all have outcomes in our lives that'll cause nothing but a lifelong permanent scar. Whenever they approach to leave something in you that is going to leave a certain outcome to happen into your life, they're always going to be a permanent scar in so many ways. You follow me? Because that's how the devil wants to hurt us. Permanently. Completely end us. They are what they serve. Those in which serve the demon are what they serve. Permanent scarers. You follow me? Third slot. Back to the cartoon or back to the anime cinema. Third slot. Life. Third eye chakra. It's just a realignment exercise as well. Third eye chakra. Form or character. Eric Killmonger from the Black Panther movie. Next. The sin. Sloth. Why is the sin sloth? Because once you all realize why you are being told to be lazy and relax, once you all know better, you will do balance. And once you realize how imbalanced the world is, you will go from slothful to ambitious to get it back to normal balance. And in order to do this, the light of the Spirit has to always be up upon thine empire. The light of the spirit, I'm going to say that again. The light of the spirit has to always be up upon thine soul's empire. That's how I'm going to say it. What do I mean? The reconnection scenario. Eric Killmonger said in the movie, the sun will never set upon the Wakandan Empire. That's the reconnection scenario. A group of words I just pieced together that's going to help you reconnect with the heart of hearts more effectively and more faster. Moving forward. The fourth slot. The life. Throat chakra. The form. Another video game character. Now it's a video game character. It was 2 cinemas, 1 religion, now a video game character. What is it? Asura's Wrath. From the Asura's Wrath video game. What's the sin? Wrath. What's the reconnection scenario? The negative dark principalities dominations. The domination of the negative dark principalities plaguing our mind, heart spaces night and day, causing us to drive each other insane and drive into each other over and over again. And enjoy it. And be so eager to run over one another. And be so willing to run over one another. You get a kick out of it. You can't wait to do it to the next man who you look in the mirror and see as yourself. All you want to do is destroy what you see in the mirror, what looks like you. That's what the negative 9 principalities in you are doing, BKA these sins on this list that I'm mentioning here. I'm saying all of this for a reason. Next slot. The 5th slot. What's the life of the 5th slot? The heart chakra, the heart of hearts. What's the form of the 5th slot? The character thereof, meaning the mental and moral qualities you're using to label and describe a more funner reconnection scenario to this here slot, especially Vegeta's mental and moral qualities. I'm going to use Vegeta's mental and moral qualities, some of them, to label and describe a reconnection scenario to the heart of hearts chakra, the principle of the universe. That's what this is for. That's what I keep saying. So, what's the sin of this here specific slot? Pride. Our pride is being used against us. We need to go in a different prideful direction. We only need one to go in. Let's just choose it and go there. What's the one? A good one. To be more specific, a balanced one. Look up what the word balance means and all the definitions thereof. Physical balance, spiritual balance, soulful balance, balance. What's the reconnection scenario? The soul is the prince of the human race. The soul is the prince of all humans. Or heart of hearts is the prince of all humans. Same thing, doesn't matter. The heart of hearts is the prince of all humans. Meaning the heart of hearts is the principality and the only principality we need to have as our master. The heart of hearts needs to be the only master of reality. All of the other negative principalities can fade away. And the more we tap into this idea, the more those negative principalities will fade away. But here's the thing though. When they truly begin to fade and the enemy can see this, it will jump right back in your faces to smack them right back in you again. It does not desire you to stop suffering till your end. It does not desire you to stop suffering till your end. Why is this important though? Why could this be important? How could this be important? As I just said, these parables and this wise guy talking here are all words specifically designed to reconnect us with the one heart of hearts and all of the qualities and or constituents to it thereof. and infuse with it, meaning accept what it is, accept the truth of it thereof, accept that it is our powers, accept that they are our spiritual powers. Speaking of which, moving to the next slot. What's the life? Solar plexus chakra. What's the form, or who's the form? The mental and moral qualities of Akuma from the Street Fighter game. What's the sin? Gluttony. And what's the reconnection scenario? To entrench a fight-back spirit into the mind-heart spaces of every melanated man, woman, and child in existence. Rest in peace to Nellie Fuller. Just had a great conversation with a great brother of mine that I look forward to introducing you all to someday. Every great brother that I've mentioned since I've been posting. Never gonna forget them. These are great men. Wait till you meet them and hear the things that they have to say. Be amazing if you just give a man a chance to just get to know him, huh? What'll happen if you get to know a man and you drop your prejudice for him for a moment? Especially unto mine sisters. What would happen if you drop your prejudice for like 6 seconds and get to know the guy? You'll find that although he may not look good and feel good to you, his mental and moral qualities might be all right. Even to have around your children. You never know until you do. Moving forward. What's the reconnection scenario for this one here? Like I just said, spiritual fight back powers. Fight back spiritual with spiritual powers. Powers. What does the word power literally mean? The ability to do something or act in a particular way, especially as a faculty or quality. The ability to do something. Think about that first sentence right there. The ability to do something. The ability to do something. Our abilities to do something are being used against our abilities to do something. What are our abilities to do something? Nature. The characteristics of nature itself art our abilities to do something. The characteristics of nature itself art our abilities to do something. And the characteristics of nature are being used and or turned against us. The characteristics of nature are being used and or turned against us. Why? No reason at all. Seriously, no reason at all. Think about that for a moment. If something is turning something as pure and peaceful and blissful and balanced as our divine nature is naturally, and you're getting in there and you're trying to manipulate it through whatever you can possibly manipulate something so powerful through for no reason at all, what do you call that? What do you consider that? Evil. Just pure, straight up evil. You want to know why? Because the spirit soul, this divine nature that I'm telling you about, this spiritual power, it's an entire moral ground and an entire empire to work with all by itself. So if anything steps outside of its balanced and good coding, just straight up immoral, you are, period. This is why this energy in which is attacking us and or attacking our spirit souls through we is just doing it all for no reason at all. Straight up jealousy. It's jealous of this energy in us because it can only be evil and the energy itself can only be good. You follow what I'm saying? Good and balanced. It can only be negative and evil and the energy itself can only be good and balanced. It's jealous of that. So it desires to make it become its way, negative and evil. But that is impossible because our spirit souls can only be good and balanced. Anodea Judith. Our spirit soul natures can only be good and balanced, so the enemy is just going to keep attacking it for no reason at all eternity. Unless we wisen up as we need to and come back to our spiritual power senses, use them to fight back in the spirit and in the physical, meaning self-defense, and subjugate the enemy once and for all. subjugate the true darkness of the universe once and for all. And how would that go about? The first step is awareness. Second step, reincarnation. Third step, resurrection. Fourth, resettling of God's kingdom worldwide. And ensure that the spiritual light internally will never set upon the Wakandan Empire ever again. Because, of course, in physical reality, the sun's going to go up and down no matter what happens. But in spirit, keep the light on the throne and never let it set. Meaning you don't need anybody on the throne, just the light thereof. What is the light? Light is a natural agent in which stimulates sight and makes things visible. So that means we'll see that throne with no one on the seat, but the seat itself and the powers it is thereof. Meaning the King of all kings, the vision on that seat. That's all we need there, to be able to see what is coming our ways at all times, or in any times they will be coming our way, to knock us out of our spiritual character grounds. Physically, regeneration, replenishment, restoration, and renewal. So we need physically. Holistic healing of the entire person and or the whole person. Holistic healing of you. You deserve it. Why do you believe you don't? Why do you believe you don't and or do not deserve to live a normal life? Why do you feel like that? Because that's a feel like. You want to know why I say it's a feel like? Because if you validated how you actually want to live, you'll notice that you really want to just live in peace, love, unity, and advancement. I just seen a video recently of our wonderful sister, Janae Aikio. I believe she was in some kind of interview, and the interviewer asked her about religions. And she said, quote from Bob Proctor before I say what she said, "The truth is like the center of town. It doesn't matter how you approach it, you'll always end up in the same place. The truth is like the center of town. It doesn't matter how you approach it, you'll always end up in the same place." Bob Proctor said that in the You Were Born Rich program seminar. And then Janae Aikio said, every religion at their core, it's like they're each trying to teach you to be a good person. But then it's just, aside from what she said, because that's what she said, it's like every religion is really just trying to teach you to be a good person. But other than that, it's so complicated, though each one of them are, aren't they? Did you know a religion defines as a belief in and worship of a superhuman power or powers? Belief in and worship of, especially a god or gods. So just a belief in and the worship of, both of them at the same time. I just need to have the belief in the superhuman power or powers in me. I'm good with that alone. I just got the belief, the firmly held belief and or firmly held opinion that this power, this superhuman power or power in me that is giving me my abilities to be a good person in the first place, I just got a firmly held belief in it. I don't need to worship it because it ain't even telling me to worship it. It's good in me the way it is. I just let go of all this other garbage and let this be. The principal heart of hearts. Principal heart of hearts. Moving forward. So that's the point of the third, that sixth slot. The seventh slot. What's the life? Sacral chakra. The mental and moral qualities. Mine own personal father. The sin, lust, the reconnection serial, the truth about virtues. What are virtues? Behavior showing morally good standards. If I haven't mastered it yet. But then there's another definition that says, so the first one, behavior showing morally good standards. Morally good standards. You go have to just double check it for yourself. But then there's another definition that says, in traditional Christian angelology, the seventh highest order of the ninefold celestial hierarchy. What ninefold celestial hierarchy? What's known as the nine choirs angel hierarchy. Virtues is on the seventh slot. Virtues is on the seventh slot. That means coming from angels to archangels. There's virtues there, not principalities. There's virtues there, not principalities. Virtues are what we stand on physically. virtues are what we were supposed to stand on physically our entire lives. Imagine if our fathers, all of our fathers, mental and moral qualities were virtuous, with the heart of hearts as their leader, our entire lives, and not the negative principalities of the world like principal lust and all of the other negative principles thereof. Time to dismantle and erase them all from our moral artboard. These words are going to help us do just that. Moving forward. The 8th one. What's the life? The root chakra. What's the mental and moral quality or the character? Another video game. Kazuya Mishima. What's the sin? Greed, like racism. Notice how the belief system pillars connect as well. Greed is the sin for this one. And what's the reconnection scenario? To get away from greed or to get rid of greed. Because each reconnection scenario is how the mastery of the reconnection scenarios is how each and every last one of the sins on each and every last one of the hierarchy rankings get erased. The reconnection scenario is how you erase, or how we're going to erase each and every artificial principality. And all of the negative principalities that are plaguing our mind, heart spaces will be gone thereof. The reconnection scenarios are the key to this. They're the key. So what's the reconnection scenario to the 8th one? Kazuya Mishima said in one of his video games, I am what you would refer to as devil. Just what you would refer to as it. Am I the actual devil? Do you see a trident? Does my skin look red to you? Are there devil horns on my head? Even still, why am I borrowing this one simple line from Kazuya's game in Tekken 4 so I can connect it with this one right here in real life? What is the literal definition of evil? What is profoundly immoral and wicked? That which is profoundly immoral and wicked. I defined it thousands of times. What's profoundly immoral and wicked? The word profound meaning very great or intense, and the word immoral meaning not conforming to accepted standards of morality. Not conforming simply mean conforming meaning simply mean confirm or to accept. That's all it is. Not accepting accepted standards of morality. Not agreeing to them. Not rocking with them. Not standing on them at all for any reason. No matter how much you beg and plead, cry, doesn't matter. What you want to stand on, the other individual outside of your grounds ain't standing on them with you. No matter how much you want them to at all. It ain't happening. That's what evil is. There's only one moral ground for us to stand on, and it's the spirit soul's grounds. There's only one moral ground for us to stand on, it's the spirit soul's grounds. There's only one moral artwork board that has been painted for us for 72 trillion years, according to the Nation of Islam story. There's already one set up for us, and it's the spirit soul's board. The spirit soul's grounds. Only ones we need. Moving forward. So, the negative principalities, the reconnection scenario, the game. He said in Tekken 4, I am what you refer to as devil. I am what you would refer to as devil. How does that have any significance to do with my story? Because I stand on the spirit soul's principles, and I'm going to continue standing on them by any moral means necessary for all the days of my life. But here's the problem. The artificial, disgusting, evil, tyrannical dictatorship, Republican, Democrat, whatever. There need not to be any leader but us over ourselves, meaning nothing ruling us. We need to be the government of ourselves. We need to be the government of ourselves. No one should be governing over us at all. No one should be. But due to the simple fact that they are right now currently, me coming with an opinion like this, set up in the way the world that y'all have set up, you would classify someone such as me, who desires simply to move in peace, love, unity, and advancement, so you can continue enjoying your chaos and war, hatred, division, and stagnance, you would consider someone like me to be evil because you just want me to be evil. No, I'm not giving you what you want ever. I'm just going to take the name and use it so I can connect it to another story. I'm just going to take your insult and use it to connect it to another story, and it's going to be this one. Due to your worthless belief system, sure. For your reality, I am what you would refer to as devil. And then even deeper than that, because who you know of as devil is Satan in real life, right? Well, the more studying I've done on Satan revealed to me that he's an archangel. You want to know what an archangel is? Arch, Latin for archi, control, or chief. Chief meaning. An angel, Latin for messenger. And/or the literal definition of an angel is a spiritual being, BKA life form, BKA star vessel. They're all the same thing, no matter how you see it. So that means chief spiritual being. Chief spiritual being. What is another word? What is another way you can label and describe a chief? One who has control and order over a village or a government or a state or ground, right? So that means one, or let's say it like this. I am a spiritual being in control of mine own spiritual being. I am a spiritual being in control of mine own spiritual being. Archangel. There are the stories in which says Satan rebelled against this so-called Lord God, right? Well, once the truth hits the fan more, maybe you'll see why, versus just saying what it wants you to believe in. Pride comes before the fall. Fall of what? Pride for what? Those words have meanings. Those stories or those scenarios have outcomes, and or they have plots that lead to outcomes. What are the details? What was he rebelling for truly? What was God saying for Satan to rebel against him or her or it? So the reconnection scenario, simple. I am an archangel, truly. That's what I am. You don't see wings though, do you? No. Angels are not white people with eagle's wings. In reality, they are stars, BKA our divine character traits made visible. When you look up into the night sky, when you see the stars shining, you will see constituents of us, BKA angels. They're stars, just like we are stars, just like we are the universe, just like we are all things in one. I am you, you are me, we are one and the same being. We are the same God. Here's more proof of this. The final slot, the 9th slot. What's the life? The Earth Star Chakra. What's the form? Or the mental and moral qualities? Or the character? The mental and moral qualities of mine own brother. And then what is the sin? Ignorance. It's the reconnection scenario. Simple. Once you know better, you will do better. Once you know better, you will do better. What I just labeled and described was the currents of liberation display of the 9 Fathers celestial hierarchy. Let's take it back up. Once again, the Earth Star Chakra. My brother representing this one. Once my brother knows better, my brother will be an excellent, magnificent father. I guarantee you that. 2nd slot, Root Chakra, Kazuya. It's greed. Scenario, we are all archangels. Every last one of us alive are truly archangels, whether you believe it or not. Next slot, Sacral Chakra. Form, anyone's father. Anybody's father, doesn't matter which one. It could be your own father. Do you believe your father needed more awareness of virtuous traits? I know mine's did. I know billions of other people's did as well. That's why I'm saying it out loud. Be great fathers. This is a great father energy parable. This is a great father energy parable. Remember, there's only one great father. That is the heart of hearts of the universe. The heart of hearts of the universe. Moving forward. Next slot. Solar plexus chakra. Akuma. Gluttony. Spiritual fight back powers. Powers. You see how it lands there as well? It's connecting the angel hierarchy. It's connected to 9 deadly sins hierarchy. It's connecting the 9 chakras hierarchy system. It's connecting the 9 energy bodies hierarchy. I haven't mentioned that one to you yet, but think of this for a moment. The quantum body and the planet body. The quantum body and the planet body. Those would be the two outside of the energy bodies hierarchy. The energy bodies chakra aspect hierarchy. Think of those two. Those two would be outside to make it a 9. There's a 7 energy bodies, right? Well, I just added 2 more to that 7 energy bodies. The quantum body and the planet body. Because after the planet body comes the physical body. And after the physical body comes the etheric body. And after the etheric body comes the mental body, where I'm at right now. Solar plexus chakra, Akuma, gluttony, which will be eliminated once you perform the reconnection scenario. Spiritual power, fight back strength. Spiritual power, fight back strength. Spiritual fight back powers. Tap into your spiritual fight back powers. That's the reconnection scenario there. Get rid of them all, make them all one. Get rid of them all, make them all one. Next. The heart of hearts chakra. Vegeta. Pride. And the principality of the universe itself. We only have one universal principle, love. One universal principle, love. How do you stand on love? How do you work with love in a situation like this? Love is a disposition to do good and/or a quality of benevolence. Love is a quality of benevolence. Love is also a deep feeling of affection for someone or something, a deep feeling of affection for someone or something. Or an intense feel of affection. That's what the definition said. I'm going off of what the definition said. I like to go off of what the words literally mean to make things make more sense. Soon I won't even need to use the definition. Soon I will just be telling you things. Love is an intense feel of affection for someone. Or a deep feeling of pleasure or desire, like pride. Love and pride are synonymous. Pride and love are synonymous meanings. That's why it's being used against us by that other crew there. The one that's in the fire. Next. The reconnection scenario there is simple. Soul pride, no other kind of pride. Soul pride, no other kind of pride at all. Eliminate all other forms of pride and turn them all towards the soul. Turn your pride towards soul principle and keep your pride on soul principle only. Soul principle, the principality of the universe. The heart of hearts chakra is the only principle of the universe. Our only master is the heart of hearts. Our only, and has been now for 72 trillion years. The devil just made you forget about it by any freaking means necessary. Time to remember now, right? Next. Throat. Asura. Wrath. Reconnection scenario. Domination of all 9 deadly principalities. The 9 deadly principalities. Or the 9 deadly sins. The 9 deadly principalities. Domination of them. That's what this one is for. Using my voice to label and describe how to reconnect with our one principality so that the other ones will erase automatically. Want to know how they'll erase automatically? Because once you realized our original principality and the powers that are truly thereof within it and the unlimitedness that it is, you'll ignore and or reject the other 9 by any moral means necessary. Meaning you'll always do what is right and or always base your decisions from proper moral grounds. Meaning the ones that have been set up for you for 72 trillion years. If you want to buy that story regarding to the Nation of Islam. Moving forward. Next, third eye chakra. form, Eric Killmonger. He's not a father. How was he on this list? Because of that Raising Dion show. That's a whole different show, bro. Technically. It's the same actor. He was a whole different show, bro. You can't count. He was a son in the movie. What does that have to do with him being a great father? Because the son is a constituent of the father. It makes sense in my spiritual brain. Eric Killmonger sits on the throne in my head. Eric Killmonger is the son also. This Eric Killmonger avatar is many things. It's also going to be the victor over this here jealousy spirit in my head. In all of our heads. Because here's the thing. My head is in the same place as your head. So if I kick the jealousy spirit butt out of my head, then I'm kicking the jealousy spirit butts out of your heads as well. I don't like to use profanity. So yeah. I just have to beat this one time, and I have beat it for all times. Because there is only one spirit to beat this darkness out of. Ours. Right or wrong. And then once this spirit is beaten on all of us, Anodea Judith, there will be no more physical imbalance that we are habitually practicing any longer, because they're all just bad habits that we are being told to accept. They are not a part and or influencing our chakras to be any kind of way at all. We just need to have a better world, the one that we were destined to have. Next, crown chakra. Character, Yahweh, Allah, Kai, Dios, Yaja Khan, or Jehovah Ma'at, and Lil Isis. The spirit of jealousy. And then finally, the reconnection scenario. All of the nine great fathers energies within my mind heart space right now currently. Once their reconnection scenarios have all been mastered, which is the reason why I keep saying them over and over and over and over and over again. Once all of their reconnection scenarios are mastered, the 9 great fathers energies parable, or the 9 great fathers energies within my mind heart space, will all fuse into this one Eric Killmonger. And in the process of doing so, we are completely reconnecting with the principality of the heart. We will be reconnecting with the heart's principality, because here's the thing, John 14:6, no one cometh unto the Father but by me. Think about this for a moment. If you want to buy this spiritual power tree murder parable, the third eye chakra, the throat chakra, and the heart chakra are all your spiritual inner self, and or your cosmic celestial inner self, your cosmic body self, but it's still you. The third eye chakra is this being's conscious mind, the inner you's conscious mind. Yeah, you have a physical conscious mind. It'll be known as a solar plexus chakra, but for this one, you have the second conscious mind, and or your principal's conscious mind, which is the third eye chakra. Then your principal's subconscious mind is the throat chakra, and remember how they're all connected? All of the hierarchies, all of the powers are all connected. All of them are. Then your principal's physical body, the fifth space, the fifth highest order of the ninefold celestial hierarchy, the heart chakra. That's your inner cosmic self's physical, non-physical body, the heart chakra. And your inner non-physical self just so happens to be the life force of Jesus Christ, and or the powers thereof that help the light manifest and or become pregnant within the Virgin Mary. This is that energy thereof. Like I said, this energy is what you would refer to as Jesus Christ. So that means Jesus Christ, and or the life force in which gave Jesus Christ, or my Yahawashai, my Yahawashai, the life force in which gave Yahawashai, Yahusha, Yahweh, his life. in that vessel there, being born through Mary into this world, ether. That life force is the King of all kings, and that life force is the principle of the universe itself, the prince of all humans. That's what that life force is there. The life force in which gave Christ his abilities to be here with us. That life force is the principality of the universe, the only principality of the universe. And mastering all of those reconnection scenarios is what brings us just that much more closer to it. Our original master. Next, after the crown chakra then, because once we recognize this truth, the crown chakra, the form Yahweh, Yahweh Allah Kai Dio Shacha Count or Jehovah Ma'an Lil Isis, the spirit of jealousy, which is the sin, and the reconnection scenario, which was what I just said, realizing that the true King of Kings is the principle of the universe, the life form of it thereof. That is what is the reconnection scenario of that specific crown slot, and that is how we're going to defeat jealousy. Because guess what? Ain't no part of my heart jealous at all for any reason of anyone. It is not. It is just giving me my abilities to function. It is just giving me my life and my abilities to function living. That's what the Heart of Hearts is doing, and that's what all the powers of the Heart of Hearts thereof are doing. No imbalancing. The only thing imbalancing are all the bad ideas on the TV every day. Turn it off. Next, the final one, the ninth slot. And then I'll be done explaining this video. The ninth slot. The Soul Star Chakra. Form. Black lightning. Protector and or preserver of the universe. Sin. Fear. Ignorance of the Heart of Hearts is the fear of the Most High God. Because the heart and the Most High God are one and the same being. And this planet used to be called, I believe it was, because I've been in seminars before. I've heard people from I've heard people from Africa, as they were talking about the planet's name, they were always mentioning the Hot. That's what they would call it, the Hot. That's how they would say it in their language. I don't know if they were saying Earth or something like that in some kind of fancy way, but it sounded like heart. You follow what I'm saying? And then I thought to myself, yeah, it does sound like they took the H off the beginning of the word and sent it to the end. And now we got Earth instead of heart, the way it should be, heart. We live on the Father's heart, not your Mother Earth. The Father's heart, not your Mother Earth. This is where I be getting that from. We live on the Father's green heart. Like the foundation, the principle thereof. You follow what I'm saying? So many connections. It's the heart is the home. How many heart parables can you think of? You follow what I'm saying? Ignorance of the heart is the fear of the Most High God. If that can make sense to you. Because once you know better, you will do better. But who are you? Who art thou? Because the only way for you to honestly do better is to tap in to the 72 trillion year design. If you want to buy that story regarding how to do better. How can you tap into it? It's just a feeling. And a good one at that. One that ain't harming you at all. Nothing is supremacy. Seraphic energy. Look up what the word seraphic means. I'll just tell you the characteristics of a seraph or seraphim. Look up what the word seraphim means, or seraphim. Look up what the word seraph or seraphim means. A being of the highest order of a ninefold celestial hierarchy, associated with light, ardor, and purity. Light, ardor, and purity. Is that not the same energy of the quantum? And the word ardor, meaning enthusiasm or passion, synonymous with energy and emotion. Where our gifts from the Heavenly Father of Lights stem from. The reconnection scenario. Be fearless in every way, form, shape, and possible way imaginable. If you choose to. You don't need to fear what you are. You just need to be it. Shalom, shalom, shalom. May these words reach you and ensure spiritual upliftance in the true power of the Most High God itself. Therefore, peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family. Stay good.